SEO myths busted. No matter what type of website you have, it's vital to have the highest profile possible on top search engines throughout the internet. It doesn't matter whether you run a dieting site or just a guide on how to make the perfect lasagna. If you aren't writing to get to the top of the search engines, you're writing for your own health. But sometimes, the various methods the pros use to accomplish that goal can be quite confusing, especially when you see different methods emphasizing promised results. How do you know which methods have been tested with proven results? What do the data and analysis mean? The element of advertising alone is not enough to get attention from your target audience. There is no magic pill for anything. However, in order to edge out your competition, let's set aside the most common myths regarding search engine optimization, or SEO. Links are all important. Many people who work on SEO projects like to believe that links have to be used in bulk, no matter what goes on in them. They assume that a site that has more links will gravitate towards the top. However, the truth is that links may not always matter in the SEO field. Sure, links are important to getting any kind of SEO plan going, but quality is bigger than quantity here. The links you use must contain relevant anchor text in places that are relevant to your site. Of course, you have to give some deep thoughts about the content you prepare for your site as well. It's true that links can still work well for SEO, but content is still important. Google's recent updates have placed a stronger emphasis on content over everything else in the industry, thus making it so you'll have to concentrate less on creating lots of links and more on making sure that every single individual link that you do draft is sensible and smart. In addition, the need to update your content is important. You need to think carefully about what you add to your site based on new keywords, new content, and other stuff that shows that your site is active and is always changing based on what you have to offer. You'll have to particularly work hard to make sure that everything is sensible and smart while being relevant. Only masters can be good at SEO. If you happen to be a website owner or blogger, you must have heard of this phrase, only experts can succeed in SEO. This is one of the most popular SEO myths, and it's popularized by SEO companies in an effort to lure website owners to shell out big bucks for their services. What most website owners don't know is that SEO can be done by anyone with basic computer skills. You just need to know exactly what to do to optimize your website effectively. To understand why SEO isn't meant for experts only, let's take a look at the basic type of SEO, namely keyword optimization, content optimization, backlinking, and social media optimization. What's missing is only the correct information to gain the desired results. Keyword optimization is a special type of SEO that ensures that your website's content is filled with all the right popular keywords in your niche. For example, if your website is in the health and fitness niche, you must create content with popular keywords and keyword phrases such as weight loss for women, losing 14 pounds in 30 days, etc. So that search engines can pick up those keywords, keyword phrases, when people are searching for information online. Finding the right keywords for your website is easy. You can use readily available tools online to find the best keywords for your site. Once you have high-quality information with all the right keywords, the next step is backlinking. It is important to note that search engines consider backlinks when ranking sites. A backlink is simply a link to your site located in another site. Is this really impossibly tough? The last step towards doing effective SEO is social media optimization. It is a fact that social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, etc. receive epic traffic on a daily basis. Over 500 million active users use this service on a daily basis. To do effective optimization, you must make sure your site is social media friendly. That means adding social media widgets so that content from your site can be easily shared by your website visitors and social media sites. You should also consider opening social media accounts for your website. Such efforts will make your website more accessible and visible in search engines, which is absolutely a good thing. SEO is a one-and-done thing. Myths float around the SEO community all the time. But those who know better simply dismiss them as jokes gone horribly wrong. For instance, when Panda was implemented, inexperienced webmasters who could not adapt to the new algorithm update seriously thought that SEO was dead. As if that's not bad enough, people outside the community propagated this line of thought, which snowballed and reached amateur webmasters who unfortunately believed it. To put it simply, the one-and-done concept is the false belief that applying little or one-time SEO techniques is enough for a site to achieve high rankings. Perhaps the perfect example of this concept is when a business considers SEO as an as-needed service. For example, a marketing manager who recognizes a decline in his site's traffic can command his assistant and say, "Get in touch with an SEO expert. I'd like to target more than 100,000 visitors in 2 weeks." Clearly, the manager optimizes his site only when he thinks it is necessary. To cite another example, a talented blogger may assume that his content is enough to draw in traffic. He may optimize his blog a little, but he hopes for the most part that readers stumble upon his site naturally on Google. While quality content plays an important role in search engine rankings, the competition should never be underrated. To completely erase the one-and-done concept in your head, think of SEO as maintaining your lawn. No matter how naturally fertile the ground is, you need to make an added effort to keep your lawn healthy and weed-free. The same principle can be applied to SEO. If you don't nurture your website on a continuous basis, expect your rankings to plateau or, worse, decrease significantly. Here are some of the reasons why SEO is never a finished task. Previously, we emphasized the importance of not underestimating the competition. It's true, with millions of websites on the Google index, only 10 of them can occupy the first page of search results for any given keyword. Therefore, the race towards a place in the top 10 is stiff. You will never know what methods your competitors are trying just to get you out of the way. So if you choose to cling on the one-and-done concept, your competitors will thank you for it. Here are some habits that you can adopt for your site's SEO success. First, be proactive, since new changes to search algorithms can be implemented without warning. Always think before applying a technique you read in a blog somewhere. Second, stay informed. Read voraciously, subscribe to reputable SEO-related sites, and follow highly successful SEO professionals. Lastly, never stop. Adapt to the changes and throw away old techniques that no longer work in today's SEO. You can reach the #1 spot in 30 days, guaranteed. This is one of the most popular SEO myths today. Many SEO companies and products are marketed behind this myth, but I can confidently explain why this statement is not for real. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. It is important to note that there are no set SEO rules for ranking high in search engines. It is purely up to search engines to decide which sites occupy top positions. The only thing website owners can do is to ensure that they do everything in their power to optimize their websites. Another important thing worth noting is that the ranking criteria can change anytime. Most website owners are consistently doing something to improve their rankings in search engines. It's impossible for SEO companies to guarantee you a position at the top unless other website owners aren't taking any measures to improve their rankings, which is next to impossible. The fact that there are many search engines is also a reason why this is an SEO myth. Search engines are designed differently. For instance, the tactics that you use to rank high up in Google don't necessarily work with Bing. It is therefore impractical for SEO companies or SEO products to promise you a position 1 ranking unless they specify which search engine they are talking about. Even so, it is impossible to give a definite timeline because search engine companies such as Google don't specify ranking rules. In the modern day, it takes more than 3 months for a site to achieve page 1 ranking, let alone position 1 ranking in search engines. This is because of the numerous types of SEO you have to do. It is impossible to do all this perfectly in 30 days, especially if your site is new. Consider that there are millions of sites which use every tactic to rank high. First, you should not expect to outperform all these sites, especially if you're the new kid in a competitive niche. You have a better chance of ranking high if your site is in a smaller niche. Forget about this myth. It's just a marketing statement meant to lure newbie website owners into buying stuff they don't need. My anchor text needs to be optimized. It is not easy working in SEO. There are many myths that you have to deconstruct in order to coax your clients to success. For example, there are still people who believe that optimizing anchor text will help boost them higher on search engine result pages. If, for example, you decide that you want to rank for cheap rollerblades and you believe in the optimized anchor text myth, you would use the keyword cheap rollerblades and link to a page on your website, probably containing the words cheap rollerblades somewhere in the content. More importantly, you do this over and over and over again. While this sounds like a very good, solid idea, Google and other search engines have come to realize that anchor text can be easily used to manipulate search results. Therefore, if you over-optimize your anchor text, there is a high chance that Google will penalize you. Google will look at how natural the anchor text links appear in your link profile. This means that the links should be placed because they make sense there, and they help the reader to get more information regarding the product. Manipulated links look forced, and if search engines detect a pattern of such links pointing to your website, they might decide to use it as evidence that you intentionally put those links there or paid for them. Google will then proceed to place a manual penalty on your website. As a result, your website rankings will drastically drop or worse, disappear entirely. Looking back at the cheap rollerblades example, some web professionals have opted to steer clear of the blatant anchor optimization and instead try to vary the keyword. Instead of optimizing cheap rollerblades, they will vary it and use rollerblades for cheap, or new cheap rollerblades, or buy rollerblades cheap, and so on. Each of the mentioned anchor texts are different, and so it would make sense if such diversity somehow got you on the first page of search engine results for anyone looking to buy cheap rollerblades. This is a risky tactic because it all points back to over-optimization of the anchor text. This, however, does not mean that search engines won't allow links in your website content. It just advises against the links with optimized anchor text. Therefore, instead of using backlinks for link juice, you should use them as resources for your readers rather than as a way of moving up the search ranks. Final thoughts. In conclusion, don't get fooled by fad methods of SEO. Search engines are a powerful tool in helping your customers to find you and stay updated with information regarding your services or products. Avoid the obstacles and pitfalls of these myths and utilize the tried and true methods to get your company and brand in front of your customers.